Alright, I've just drawn a scatter graph. This is my scatter graph. I should really have a title here. I'll just put that in. Alright, I just put my title in here. It's always nice to have a title on your graphs. I've got my equation and I've got my R value. Now I'm going to, just for convenience sake, I'm going to bring it over to my another tab. That's just a Google Doc. I'm just dragging it, putting it over to my Google Doc so that I can look at it whenever I like, because I like to admire my graph. There's my graph. We've got to now describe it. This graph is, we're going to use Tasgu. Now I've given you some notes. Not there, here. This is, I put Tasgu down here. This is how to describe your scatter plot or scatter graph. You got to be doing TAS, the T, trend line. Is it linear or non-linear? Is it a straight line or does it have some sort of curve? Association, has it got a positive association? As one variable gets bigger, so does the other. So it goes from bottom left to top right. Or is it a negative association? As one gets bigger, the other gets smaller. That means it starts in the top left and moves to the bottom right in that direction. That's the TA association. S for strength. Is it a strong relationship? It's quite close to a trend line. Or is it a weak relationship? Is there lots of scatter? They scatter all over the place. Those three are really easy to put in, and essential to put in for your 3.9 assessment. Then you're going to be looking for some groups. You might find some, you might not. But this one might have two different distinct groups. We can look at just visually as the groups, or can we compare? We can use NZ-Graph, which we'll get to later, to have a look for different sort of maybe males and females at different places, for example. And is there anything unusual? Is this sort of like away from the rest? What's going on? And we've got to talk about that over the range of values. So let's have a look at our current graph. What have we got? Trend. Well, this one looks pretty linear. So I would put this as a linear relationship. Linear. I'm going to just use all the words in one sentence. It's a linear relationship. Association, is it positive or negative? Well, as the depth gets more, this is big depth, but it's a smaller velocity. So the deeper the river, the smaller the velocity. The shallower the river, over this side is the shallow numbers. The faster the river. Shallow, fast, deep, slow. So this is, as depth gets bigger, velocity gets lower. So this is negative. If one gets bigger and the other gets bigger, then it's positive. Negative, and is it a strong relationship, weak relationship? Well, I think it looks quite strong. There's not much. There's this one that's a little bit further away. It's still not that far away. And these ones are pretty well on the line, so I would say it's a pretty strong relationship. So it's a linear, negative, and strong relationship. Easy. Strong. Don't just ignore my spelling. This is, I would say that that's an outlier there. There it is. There appears to be one outlier, which is at the 0.2 meters and 0.11 meters per second. I put 0.1 meters per second, but actually I don't know what that unit is. That's a bad graph because I don't know what unit it is. And the depth, I don't know if it's meters, but I'm going to assume. So that's my graph. I didn't talk about G, which were groupings. I don't see any particular groupings on this. There's not actually even that many data points. Alright, just keep on keeping on.